Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif is calling on U.S. President Barack Obama to show consistency in his policy regarding Tehran to promote mutual confidence. Zarif's comments come after Obama told Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that sanctions against Iran had forced it to talk with Washington. More details in this report.
It is absolutely clear that words are not sufficient, that we have to have.
Tehran has criticized U.S. President Barack Obama over what it called his flip-flopping when it comes to Washington's stance on Iran. Tehran hit back after Obama claimed that Iran had agreed to talks under the pressure of U.S. sanctions. Obama was speaking at a meeting with Israeli Premier Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House. Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif called on Obama to show consistency in his administration's policy regarding Tehran if he seeks to build mutual confidence.
President Obama's presumption that Iran is negotiating because of his illegal threats and sanctions is disrespectful of a nation, macho and wrong.
Zarif also spoke of the Israeli Prime Minister's speech at the UN General Assembly, saying Benjamin Netanyahu was going to give another deceptive show at the world body.
The sole aim of Netanyahu and the pro-Israeli lobbies is to stop the progress of talks so they will be able to pressure the U.S. Congress into imposing more sanctions on Iran and preventing the U.S. president from reaching a negotiated solution with Iran. We know that many in the U.S. are looking for a pretext to put pressure on the great Iranian nation. We know that warmongers are worried that disputes will be resolved. We will not allow Netanyahu to decide the fate of negotiations. We have heard many similar remarks from Israeli officials. We will respond in the strongest possible terms. It's important to know that this is the beginning of a tough road. This is a diplomatic battle, not a friendly and cordial relationship.
There came a glimmer of hope that the U.S. and Iran would bury the hatchet after Obama's recent speech at the UN General Assembly. In his address, Obama said the U.S. does not seek regime change in Iran and that it is ready for talks based on mutual respect. His comments came against a decades-long backdrop of tensions between the two countries. Washington and Tehran severed ties after the victory of the 1979 Islamic Revolution, which led to the downfall of Iran's U.S.-backed monarch, the Shah. Washington stands accused of being accomplice in the authoritarian rule of the former monarch at the expense of the Iranian people. Iran has frequently accused the U.S. of hatching subversive plots against the Islamic Republic after the revolution. Many believe that it would be very demanding and difficult for the U.S. government to change its policy on Iran, as the White House is now under pressure from Israel and pro-Israeli lobbies which are against an easing of tensions between Tehran and Washington. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani has on a couple of occasions urged the U.S. government not to allow outside players and lobby groups to decide its foreign policy, especially when it comes to Iran.